Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump was talking a lot of crap about gun control and doing something about the background checks. Well, he has since backed away from that and he wants to focus heavily on mental illness. And that's fine. Focus on mental illness, but let's stop trying to play this game about mental illness as just for one group of people, not for anyone else. So if it's going to turn out to be that way, then no, I'm against him focusing on mental illness. Not unless it's for everybody up in this bitch or shut the hell up. Seriously, y'all. That's the way it's going to have to be. It ain't going to be no, if the black man got the gun, it's a criminal. If the white man got the gun shooting at a crowd, it's mental illness. No, that ain't going to fly. Not anymore. Many of us are hip to that crap. We know what's going on. So now Donald Trump is doing what we've seen him do all along since he's been the president. He'll put something out there and then give it a little bit of time, then he backs away. I've seen him do this several times, but let's get into this story. So this came out in Newsweek, August 16th, 2019, 2 weeks after El Paso, Donald Trump backs away from background checks. Trump, who appeared to be considering background checks and other gun policy reform, has backed away from the topic and is now openly discussing red flag legislation instead. Red flag rules are state level laws that allow family members and, in certain cases, law enforcement official to obtain temporary court orders to bar individuals deemed to be a threat from possessing firearms. They're already on the books in 17 states. Instead of working with Congress on comprehensive legislation, the president is now reportedly urging representatives to work with their state officials to get these extreme risk protection orders on the books. Shortly after the deadly mass shooting in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio this month, the president told reporters he would consider backing more stringent background checks. On background checks, we have tremendous support for really common sense, sensible, important background checks, Donald Trump told reporters at the White House on August 9th. Boy, if this man could just speak a sentence that made a lick of sense. Woo! The president said he had spoken with the NRA, but the topic isn't a question of NRA, Republican or Democrat, and that Senate leader Mitch McConnell was totally on board. He said, "I've been waiting for your call." But the president has since failed to mention background checks and noticeably avoiding raising the issue at a rally last night instead of focusing his attention on the courts and states. No, he was instead spent his time fat shaming somebody as if he got room to talk. Some Republicans in NRA think the president is doing too much. Earlier this week, the president tweeted that CNN host Chris Cuomo was unwell because he yelled at a heckler who referred to him as Fredo, which he took as an Italian slur. Would Chris Cuomo be given a red flag for his recent rant? Filthy language and a total loss of control. He shouldn't be allowed to have any weapon. He's nuts, the president tweeted. You know what? We got too many things going on in the country for him to be focusing on Chris Cuomo. I could care less about what he's called. Please move on. The NRA used a tweet to fight against red flag laws. With one tweet, the President of the United States explains how red flag laws can and will be abused. Former NRA spokesperson Dana Loesch tweeted. Conservative radio host Steve Deitch also gave an on-air warning to Trump. When you're president because of a grand total of less than 78,000 votes spread out over 3 states, you don't have to alienate too much of your base on an issue that they care about to lose, he said. Some far-right members of Congress are also opposed to any possible legislation. You got to understand, these folks don't want any limitations on having access to guns. And look, this is how they took the country, right? They used a gun. You are taking their saving grace away from them or making it harder for them to get it. You're not taking it away. That takeaway talk is just propaganda to get more people up here hopping out to these gun shops to buy. There's no history of people going around knocking on doors and snatching people's guns away. It is just propaganda talk. It really is. It's nothing more than that. So, no, they're not going to do anything about it. I told you after the shootings, absolutely nothing was going to happen. Listen to how these people are talking. Nothing that they're going to do to put anything, even red flag laws, it's not going to eliminate the next mass shooting. It's not going to do anything. The gun situation in America is way too far gone. You know, at this point, something divine got to happen in order for you to wrench these guns away. You really don't have to take them away. You know, even biblical scripture said their guns are going to be rendered useless. And we have seen that happen after hurricanes and floods and everything. It's not like they can go in their house after a major flood and grab a gun. They can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't ride too much on these politicians doing anything after mass shootings. They haven't done nothing really significant all the way up until now. What makes you think they're going to do anything? They are notorious for talking up a bunch of mess after each mass shooting, and at the end of the day, nothing changes. We're back to square one before the shooting even started. And it's going to always be this way in America, ladies and gentlemen. You can't take their extension to their manhood away from them now. Okay? You can't take it now. We're going to just go on as if nothing happened. That's how it's going to be. But you can trust and believe, even if they go with these red flag laws, the mass shootings will continue in America. It's inevitable. You know, it is just like them getting control of the opioid plague. They can't get control of it because they let it go too far beyond the point where it can't be remedied, especially the way that they're doing it. It's a public health issue. It shouldn't be viewed as a crime. Let them stay out here and do their drugs. We don't want to mass incarcerate them. That's really all they're saying. And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what they're doing. They're not jailing their junkies, but they gladly jailed the ones for the crack epidemic that's still sitting in there. And you can best believe gun control, to me, it's equivalent to, you got mass amounts of people out here with guns and nothing can really truly be done. I mean, let's talk realistically. Nothing can be done at this point. Nothing can be done. So all they can do is talk a good game, but those changes are never going to be seen. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think. I think this change in Trump and the way he's talking is no surprise to me. And as far as them doing anything, I wouldn't hold my breath. America has been this way from the beginning. As I said, you can go back centuries and see the mass shootings then, and you can come to present day and still see mass shootings now. And it's primarily the same people that were doing it in the past. They are the bulk of the people doing it now. You know, like I said, if you start your country in violence, it's always going to be violent. You're never going to see anything different. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.